Let's talk about the journey of grief after death. Grief is an emotional response to loss that affects your entire body. You can feel it mentally as well as physically in your entire body. Grief is not limited to these feelings. You may feel frustrated, helpless, or even guilty. Focus on the facts surrounding the circumstances of death. Remove yourself from any scenarios because you are not to blame. You are not responsible for death. Regret after death is normal. You may regret the circumstances in which death occurred. It's important you take time to acknowledge the death of a loved one and the grief that you feel. Spending time with friends is a great way to do that. Holding on to guilt holds up the healing process. Instead, try doing something symbolic, like helping with memorial arrangements. Your contribution to memorializing your loved one is important. Be creative with music, art, or writing. Healing takes time, and grief can be messy. Sometimes writing a letter of everything you ever wanted to say helps. Grief can get complicated, and sometimes you can have thoughts of self-harm and need help. It's important to remember you are not alone. Talk to an adult if you have thoughts of harming yourself or if you feel you are better off dead. Thoughts of suicide are a serious medical emergency. It's important you ask for help. Taking a break from electronics and media outlets are important during your grief healing. Lifelong grief requires continuous healing and support. Don't let guilt stand in your way of healing. Remember, grief is lifelong and can get complicated along the way. You will need a positive support system throughout your life. Don't be afraid to seek help with thoughts of self-harm.